Welcome to Rocky Railway Vacation Bible School. I am so excited to be riding the rails with you this week. We are going to be learning all about Jesus' power and how knowing Jesus can change our lives. We'll be singing, listening to some Bible stories, putting together some super cool gizmos. It's just going to be so much fun. To kick us off tonight, let's sing a song all about Jesus' power. Everyone stand up for our theme song this week, Your Power Will Pull Us Through.
We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. We stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Trusting in you. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you.
Great singing, everyone. We're going to be singing that song every night this week because it's such a great reminder that trusting in Jesus' power can help us do anything. You know, when you hear the word power, you might think of a big, strong steam engine powering its way across the country, carrying things to people who need them. Or you might think of a superhero, someone who can save the day when there's danger. Or you might just think of someone with really big muscles. Let me see your muscles. Whoa, there are some strong kids out there. All of those things are powerful, but God has more power than trains, than superheroes, than the biggest muscles you've ever seen. God has the power to create mountains and oceans. He has the power to love and forgive and comfort and heal. God is even more powerful than death. And God's Son Jesus, well, he has all that power too. And when we believe in him, we have the power to do really important things. Let's sing Power in the Blood as a reminder of Jesus' power.
Oh, There is power, power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power, power, wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb. Oh, there is power, power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power, wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb.
Great job, guys. And I know it might sound a little strange to say there's power in the blood of Jesus, but we'll learn more about that and what that means later this week. So before we get into our Bible story today, let's talk about our Bible point and Bible verse. We're going to have a Bible point every day. And when you hear me or anyone else say it, you're not going to repeat it. You're going to respond by saying, trust Jesus, like you're pulling a train whistle. Say that with me now. Trust Jesus. Great job. Let's practice a little more with some of our friends from church.
Trust Jesus. Trust Jesus.
Trust Jesus.
All right, I think you've got it now. So when you hear the Bible point from me or anyone else, that's how you respond. Ready? Today's Bible point is Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. Good job. Let's try one more time. Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. Great, you've got it. Our Bible verse tonight says, "For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength." Christ is another name for Jesus, and that Bible verse tells us Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. Great job. So all week long, we'll get to know some Bible memory buddies who will help us remember our Bible points. All our buddies are animals who live in the Rocky Mountains. Let's take a look at our first one now.
Hey there, friends! Glad you're all on board for a rambunctious week of faith and fun at Rocky Railway. I'm Ramsey, a bighorn sheep. Can you guess why? Okay, that was too easy. Check out these cool, curvy horns God gave me. Ram's horns can weigh up to 30 pounds. That's as much as some of our littlest preschool buddies. Wow! My horns have to be tough because we male sheep use them to keep other rams out of our territory. People who study rams say we can run into each other at 20 to 40 miles per hour. Bam! You can hear that sound for miles. Me and my herd hang out all over the majestic, massive Rocky Mountains. The Rocky Mountains rock! If you head up to find me, strap on your hiking boots. Sometimes my herd grazes in an alpine meadow. 'Cause that's where the good stuff is. Wow, good! But the meadow makes us an easy target for predators, so we also like to climb way up those crazy cliffs. We sheep like it steep. Me and my family can hang out on a little teeny tiny ledge that's only a few inches wide. Animals like bears or coyotes can't bother us here. Whew! And check out the view! God made us just right for staying safe in those hard, rocky places. My hooves are split and have a rough skin on the bottom that grips tight to the rugged rocks. Plus, I've got excellent eyesight. No glasses for me. It may sound like climbing these cliffs and balancing on jagged ledges is hard to do, but God has given me everything I need to live here. Fine food and my family safe. I've heard that you sometimes have to do hard things too. When there's a bully at school, maybe you feel like you're in a rough, rocky place. You may not be balanced on a cliff ledge like me, but maybe you have to balance homework, chores, sports, music, and friendships. That sounds hard. Maybe coming here today and making new friends even feels like a hard thing for you. But did you know you don't face those hard things alone? No way! Jesus is right beside you. Yep, even right now. He gives you His power to climb through those mountains of worry and get through any rough stuff you gotta do. The Bible powers you up with this truth. For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. That means you don't have to have your own power to do hard things. Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus.
I heard the Bible point, did you? All right, guys, let's board this train and learn about Jesus' power. Tonight, we're learning about a guy named Ananias, and when we're done tonight, you can reread his story in your Tracking with Jesus Bible book. It's a good one. Enjoy.
Hello, everybody. You might not recognize me. My name is Ananias. I apologize because I haven't shaved in a few years. But I want to tell you a true story about something that happened to me. And sometime, if you want to, you could read this story in your Bible in a book called the Book of Acts, chapter 9, verses 1 through 19. Like I said, my name is Ananias, and I lived in a place called Damascus. And I was a true believer in Jesus. I loved Jesus. One day the Lord came to me in a vision and told me that I should go to a place called Straight Street. And when I got there, I should ask for a man named Saul who was from a place called Tarsus. And this man Saul was blind. He could not see anything. And the Lord asked me that when I found Saul, I should place my hands on Saul and pray for him, so that Saul would be able to see again. But I didn't want to do it. You want to know why? Because Saul did not like people like me. Saul did not like anybody who believed in Jesus. In fact, he was on his way to Damascus to find anybody who believed in Jesus so he could throw rocks at them, like these rocks, so that he could tie Christians up in ropes. Or he could, I don't even know what he would do with something like this, but I don't want to find out. Anyway, the point is, Saul didn't like people like me, and he didn't like anyone who believed in Jesus. So you can see why I did not want to do what God asked me to do. It's a good thing that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. Have you ever had something hard to do? I mean something really hard, and you weren't sure you could do it. Maybe you were worried about starting school, or maybe you had a fight with a friend and you didn't know how to make things right again. Or maybe something was going on with your family and you didn't know how to fix it. Sometimes we have to do hard things, but here is what I want you to know. That whatever God has asked you to do, you're not alone. Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. Now, all that is left for you to do is to go do what you need to do. And that's what I did. I went to the house where Saul was, just like the Lord told me to. And when I found him, I laid my hands on him just like the Lord told me to. And when I did, the most amazing thing happened. I put my hands on his shoulders and bam! These weird, scaly things fell off his eyes and he could see again. And then all of a sudden, this guy who used to do bad things to people who loved Jesus, was baptized to show that now he believed in Jesus. He loved Jesus too. And I could tell right then and right there that God had big plans for Saul. When the Lord asked me to help Saul see again, the Lord was asking me to do something I did not think I could do, and I couldn't do it alone. But when God brought Saul and me together, God was teaching both of us that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus.
Welcome to Imagination Station. I'm so glad you're here. I can't wait to see what incredible things we'll discover about Jesus' power this week. We're going to have so much fun together. But before we get started, I need to ask you something. Who brought their imagination today? I was worried you might forget your imagination since this is the first day of EBS. So I was talking to my friend Ramsey. I think you met my friend Ramsey earlier, right? Well, Ramsey is a bighorn sheep, and he told me that him and his friends love living in the Rocky Mountains. The mountains are so beautiful, and the scenery is so spectacular. But Ramsey said that sometimes it's kind of hard to live in the mountains, especially in the winter when it snows. That's when Ramsey's sure-footed feet come in handy. Ramsey's feet help him do hard things, like walk on slippery, snowy mountains. Even when it snows, Ramsey knows that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. There, that's better. I think your imaginations are up and running now. And that's a good thing, because each day at Imagination Station, you'll get to be part of fun activities and experiments that help us discover more about Jesus' power. And you'll get to play with an awesome science-y fun gizmo every day. We'll get to our first activity in a minute. But first, I have another question for you. How long do you think it takes a baby bighorn sheep to be able to walk and climb as well as its mother? Does it take 6 weeks or 1 day? Think about that and decide on your answer. Okay, I need a loud drum roll before I reveal the answer. Make a drum roll with me. And the answer is, a baby bighorn can walk and climb as well as its mother within just 1 day. Imagine that. Let's get back on track. Grab some paper and a marker to make your own train tracks. Draw a train track from one end of the paper to the other. You can draw mountains and trees, streams if you want, and curve it through the Rocky Mountains. You can even add fun stickers if you have some. I'll give you a moment. Have fun. Today, we're discovering that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. You know, sometimes we all have to do hard things, and we may not understand why. We may not be able to control what's happening. Our lives seem to be going in all different directions. Let's see what that's like. This is my off-rail roller. Go ahead and grab your off-rail roller pieces, and I'll lead you through how to put it together. To assemble your off-rail roller, first lay out all of the pieces. You should have 2 black circular pieces. One has a flat side. The other has a bump in the middle. You'll have 2 straws, a long straw and a short straw, a rubber band, and a paper clip from home. The first step is to thread the rubber band through the paper clip. This paper clip is going to act as a needle. It should look like this. Take the black piece with the bump on the outside and using the paper clip, thread the rubber band through the hole. You should have the rubber band coming out one side and a paper clip coming out the other. Grab your large straw and pull it through the rubber band. Using the paper clip, Pull until the straw is flat against the outside and stays in place. Then take the other black piece, the flat circle. Use the paper clip to thread again through the hole. Push the two black pieces together until they snap in the middle. Then pull the paper clip and the rubber band apart. Be sure to keep one finger in the rubber band so you can thread the short straw. When you're finished, it should look just like this: a long straw on the side with a bump and a short straw on the flat side. Now pick up your off-rail roller, holding the short side in your hand, wind the long straw. Do it several times. The more you wind it, the longer it will go. And we're off the rails. Take a few minutes and experiment with your off-rail roller. You might want to try it on some different surfaces. You could even try to keep it on your paper track. After a few minutes, you'll hear the train whistle when it's time to come back. Have fun! Take your off-rail roller and put it inside a baggie. If you happen to have a Try This at Home sticker, it will help you remember today's Bible point, that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. All right, that's it for today. We'll see you back again next time at Imagination Station.
So how was day one? I hope you had as much fun as I did. I really loved that Bible story about Ananias, although I just can't stop thinking that Ananias reminded me of someone. Can't figure out who, but anyway. I also really loved making that off-rail roller. I hope as you're playing with it this week, you'll remember that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. So earlier we met Ramsey, the bighorn sheep who helps us remember our Bible point. In your VBS kit, you have a little card with Ramsey on it, as well as this little black carabiner that says, Trust Jesus. You're going to punch Ramsey out, just like this, and add him to the carabiner. You gotta punch out the little hole too. Each night, you'll add our new Bible buddy, and by the end of the week, you'll have a complete collection of all 5. The cool thing is about these Bible buddies is that 1, you can use them to play a game in the back of your Bible book, and 2, you can ask mom and dad to download an app that lets you play a game with the buddies. Just look for Rocky Railway Buddies in your app store. I've played it a little bit and it's pretty fun. Plus, it helps you review the Bible point and Bible verse. Guys, today we learned that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. And you know, when we trust Jesus, he shows us amazing things. We begin to realize that God is right here with us always, and we begin to see him everywhere, in the beauty of nature, in a hug from a family member, and a kind word from a friend. In your VBS kit, you have a black wristband that says, "Watch for God," and you'll see me wearing mine all week. This band is a reminder to look for God in everything I do. For example, today I saw God in you. The fact that we're all together learning about Jesus' power shows me that God is with us and working through us. That's what we call a God sighting. And if you have a God sighting while you're wearing your bracelet, I want you to share it with me. Have your parents text me or email me. And at the end of the week, I'll share those God sightings with you. Let's sing one last song tonight, "Everywhere I Go," as a reminder that God is always with us.
Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, this my home, come what may. Where I go with you. Where I go with you. There's a spirit I cannot contain. There's a spirit I cannot contain. The same power that raised Jesus up from the grave, the same spirit I cannot contain. Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, this my home, come what may. Where I go with you. Where I go with you. Where I go with you. Breath upon these bones, your fire in my soul, your kingdom is my home, and I don't walk alone. Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, this my home, come what may. Where I go with you. Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, this my home, come what may. Where I go with you. Where I go with you. Where I go with you.
All right, that's it. Day 1 done. I hope you had so much fun, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Remember, Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. Bye, everybody.